Hey guys, it's time for another book review. So this one's going to be a bit of a special one because most of us would have heard about it. Anybody who hangs in the same groups I hang around with online would have seen this one endlessly memed. The cover is just delicious. It's tantalizing. You see it and you go, there's no way this book can be about that. It's just too woke. It's too perfectly insane in the woke membrane. It has to be not about that. So, every time I say it, I'm like, you know what? One day I'm going to buy it, and one day I'm going to review it. And I've done just that. So today, my friends, we are going to review the infamous... Oh, there we go. Can we get the light? Oh, wait. Fuck. Get the light off it. There we go. The infamous In My Daddy's Belly. Let's get the old thumbnail going. Oh, shit. Oh, no. What's going to go on with this, man? It's going to be some woke mentality. Or is it? I'll tell you exactly what I found out with this book. It delivers on its cover, on its name, and in the first few pages. And then there's a huge gear change. There's almost like a Kaiser Soze moment. And you go, oh, fucking hell. So, rather than spoil it, we'll walk through it together. So, I won't show you the book because it's a picture book. It's a kid's book. And, to actually show it would be to publish it, essentially. So I'll just mention the key bits that I found. Early on, like all kids' books, it tells you how to read it, because you wouldn't know otherwise. And one of the quotes from this is, "This is not a transgender story. This is a story about a baby being born into a loving family. The best way to read this book is to treat it the same as any other book you and your child enjoy." Now, why would you need to say that? Isn't it just a kid's book? Maybe it's a bit of guilty conscience on the side of the author there. But what else does it have in this how to read? There's a little seahorse guy that appears in this book every now and then, and he asks questions. And the parent is encouraged, don't interrupt the kid, let the kid answer. I'm assuming they use the seahorse because the seahorse male has babies. Now, it's a kid's book. What does a kid know? So when these questions are being asked, the only information the kid has is what's on the paper in front of it. And some of these questions are, who inspires you? And on the page, it'll say, I'm inspired by my two daddies. And I'm like, who loves you? My two daddies loves me. Say, well, it's kind of, it's feeding the kids, you know what I mean? So, there's that. I remember when kids' books used to just be like an animal going on an adventure. Like, I remember my kids' books, there were The Angry Ladybird, and the Angry Ladybird would try and find a peaceful place, and it couldn't. You just had to keep going. And the moral of the story was you should have just been happy where you were in the first place. And that's a valid, that's a real life lesson in metaphor. And then there was the other one, like The Hungry Caterpillar. Actually, I forgot how that ended. But anyway, maybe he's still eating. But anyway, we'll get to this one. So, here's how this story starts. It doesn't pull any punches. Because, like I say, it's about two daddies. And they're the daddies, It's a pregnant dad. It's not about a cannibal, which originally I thought it might have been. Oh shit, I've just knocked my camera. No, I haven't. Okay. So anyway, it starts off with a legitimate baby in a legitimate womb with a legitimate umbilical cord. It's a baby. It's a pregnant man. This is a man who's pregnant. So it establishes that nice and clearly. This is a pregnant dad. And then it moves on to calling the baby a miracle baby. And of course it is. It's a dad. And they've got like a sonogram, and they're putting it all over the dad's belly, and the dad's like, and you can see the baby on the screen. It's a baby. And it's legit. Like, it's a legit pregnant man. And like I say, they call it a miracle because it's growing in daddy's belly. So, not confusing to kids at all. But let's keep it going. Let's keep the because at this point I was wondering how the hell are they gonna justify this? It's pure nonsense. And then he tells all of his friends, and it's like it's the most diverse group of friends you've ever seen in your life. It's like the Star Wars cantina. Nobody looks the same. So. Moving on, there's a few questions there for the seahorse to ask, for the kid to answer. Going it on. So they can't wait to have this baby. It's got, they're doing like the proper mum and dad baby thing. Oh, I nearly had a spoiler there. But the two dads are doing the two dad thing. This totally manly looking, manly character. And then the baby arrives out of nowhere. Maybe they just unzipped a testicle. I don't know. Maybe they just like give him a C-section. Maybe just like shot him out the end of his cock. I don't know. But the baby's here now. And here's where the gear change happened. So I'll quote it. Daddy L can have a baby because he is transgender. That means he doesn't feel like the gender he was born as. Oh, it's not a man. It's a woman. Now the whole thing makes sense. This isn't a story about a dad getting pregnant. This is the story about a woman getting pregnant. You remember that a while ago when it was like, man gets pregnant, and you find out it was just a woman with surgery. There's nothing spectacular about that. That's not story-worthy. It's not newsworthy. It's mundane. It's certainly not miraculous. It's as miraculous as me calling myself a girl and busting a load into a cum sock. It doesn't make it miraculous. It makes it mundane. It doesn't matter if you make a kid's story out of it, But like I said, these characters are drawn fucking manly. It looks like Jake Gyllenhaal in this picture. Like I said, unmistakably manly. So after that gear change, you realise that this is actually ironically enough, this is a straight couple. But we'll get on to what the dad does for a living. But what do you think it is, guys? But this is just a couple having a baby. This isn't really story-worthy. So after that, it moves on to the next page, and it's the most diverse double page you've ever seen. Everybody's diverse. Like disabilities and all this kind of stuff, and it's the most diverse double page spread you've ever seen, basically. And then it moves on to the actual dad's job. He's a drag queen, wouldn't you have guessed it? My God, of course he's a drag queen. And interesting thing enough, at the back of this book, there's a glossary, and it covers all the terms that they use in this. Now, a key thing that I pick up with in this movement is they hate acknowledging that men and women are opposite. They hate acknowledging that men and women are binary or whatever they call it. If you're not a man, you're a woman. If you're not a woman, you're a man. They hate acknowledging that. And when they put the glossary at the end, it says, what's a drag queen? And it says, somebody who dresses in... Oh, what the fuck is it? Sorry, I had it in here. It's a mundane word that they use. I think it's alternative. Hang on, guys. Sorry, I don't want to edit it. Drag queen. Someone who dresses in certain clothing to express themselves. Now, what certain clothing is that? It's the opposite sex. Drag queen, if you're a man, you dress as a woman. And a woman dresses as a man and calls herself dad. It's acknowledging the man and woman binary. That's the constant thing that frustrates us about this movement. They are more obsessed with gender than anybody else. And obviously in the glossary as well, the gender thing. It basically says sex is assigned and is one thing, and gender is kind of like your personality, how you identify. I would very much like a woke person to answer me, what's the difference between gender and personality? And if you say it's got something to do with your genitals, then you're talking about sex, aren't you? So let's keep going. I just had to bring that up because it always comes up in these woke guys' books. They want to pretend men and women are optional, but it's always men becoming women and women becoming men. They acknowledge it more than anybody. So anyway, the rest of the book is basically happy fun, happy joy, you can imagine. And on that level, I'm actually in favour of certain families having certain books for themselves to represent themselves. Because like I say, gays can adopt, gays can have like surrogate mothers and all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, yeah, fine, have two dads in a book. But just don't talk about sex. That's where I draw the line, because you shouldn't talk about sex with kids. And if you talk about certain things like gay pride, which they do, and another double page spread in this book, big old gay pride Oh, wow, these pages are really thin. Sorry, guys, it's hard to... Okay, now. Let's get this open. Sorry. There we go. Okay, the double page spread of pride. We've got a dad here with a proud dad, and he's got a 4-year-old kid with a pride flag. Is his kid gay? He's 4. Hey, look at the size of him. Anyway, you can't see him. But they're all waving trans flags and pride flags, and that means sex. That's... What is pride with if you're not having sex with people? You shouldn't be talking about it with kids. You know, it's okay to acknowledge that, you know, says God, says me. It's okay to acknowledge that some families have 2 parents who are the same, because they do. But just don't talk about sex, man. You're obsessed with talking about sex with these guys. Okay. Diversity, happy, joy, and a lot of questions asking kids, who loves you, who do you respect, how can you be safe, and how can you be loving? And obviously the answers right there in the pages. Be what these guys are selling. So, fucking hell, hitting everything. Yeah. Who are you proud of? My daddies, and they are proud of me. The end. Or is it the beginning? I didn't make that up. That's actually a line in here. Question mark. Alrighty, so if it didn't put the whole thing, the whole transgender thing clearly enough, it gives you a little bit of a profile on the author, and it's a blatant woman. It doesn't look like the Jake Gyllenhaal cartoon character that they drew of her. It's a woman. It's a pregnant woman who's having a baby. And like I say, you read about it and you go, yeah, it's a woman. Like, isn't that confusing for the kid to call our mom dad? You know what? That's not giving a kid a good start in life. Lying to your kids shouldn't be normalized. That should be a wrong. You know, I mean, I've got that problem with religion when it comes to kids. Don't lie to them. You're not giving your kid a very good chance. Your kid's going to go to school and say that all this weird shit like men and women are made up. Mom can be dad, dad can be mom. You know, you're not giving your kid a good chance. And then the afterword for adults quickly just talks about, like, it's essentially damage control. It's like, if I read this to me kid, will it make them trans? And it's like, oh, you can't make somebody trans. Yes, you can. This whole movement makes kids trans. Basically, yeah, it will. Because it encourages it. It surrounds them with it. It encourages them. You know, it's pro all that. And yeah, FAQs, will it turn me child transgender? The glossary, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, miracle. Extraordinary event that seems impossible. Like a woman having a baby. So that was the massive disappointment that I thought was going to be the juicy nugget, the holy grail of woke books. Kind of disappointed, really. Because like I say, I thought it was going to carry on with that whole men can get pregnant thing and men can have a baby in the womb and an umbilical cord and, what's it called? Sonograph? I was hoping it was going to be that. And then when you find out it's just a woman calling herself a man, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, man, this again. So yeah, bit disappointed. And I feel like this video has kind of left a bit of a deflated balloon. So I'm kind of sorry about that. It lacks a punchline, it lacks fun. I don't like being lied to. Woke community, if you want people to take you seriously, you need to stop lying. That's how you do it. Give us something good to put on your videos. Actually say that men can get pregnant. You know, give us one of those books. That's what I was wanting. I wanted to make a few jokes about it. I mean, fun. But instead all I've got... Oh. What is this? Arnold Schwarzenegger gets pregnant. Danny DeVito's in it. Directed by Ivan Reitman. He did fucking Jingle All Over. No, he did a Kindergarten Cop. Fucking hell, dude. Oh, let's fucking rock this. Oh my god. Schwarzenegger. You know what? I haven't seen this one yet. This is one of his like it's when his action like themes when his action movies all stopped and he done like clever shit like 6 Day and stuff. But I bet this has got the old Arnie magic in. You know what I bet happens? I bet like it starts off when he's he'll be like in the jungle and be fighting shit, like killing shit and all that kind of stuff. And then some guy will be like trying to kill him, and he'll be getting cramps. He'll be getting cramps, and then the guy will be like, "You pregnant, John?" Bullshit. kills the guy. And then he heads home. And he starts like eating like weird shit, like weird food. I love nuked food. And people are like, dude, you're eating weirdly. You know, you're gaining weight. You're being a bit sick. You should go and see if you're pregnant. And then he goes to the doctor and he's like, he tries to see if he's pregnant or not. And the doctor tells him it's a tumor. It's not a tumor. So then the doctor like, all right, well, we'll give you a pregnancy test, man. You know, we'll give you a pregnancy test. And while they're waiting for the result, he sees a bead of sweat falling down the guy's head. So he blows his fucking head off. That's a fucking shit. And then he discovers he actually is pregnant. So yeah. And then it just like cuts to him, because that's what it's going to do, you know. It's going to give us the whole Arnie giving birth scene, like Arnie in labour. Fucking hell. It's going to do the whole like Total Recall Mars face. He's going to be going fucking ballistic. And they're going to get that like drug gun off Total Recall. And then I say, he's going to be like struggling to get the baby out. And the doctor will say, one more push will do it. It's turbo time. Just fucking gets the baby out. Oh, calms down. And then the doctor hands him the baby. What are you going to call it? Junior. And then he's holding the baby. And he sings, yaggity yak, don't talk back. This is going to be the fucking shit. This is going to be what this isn't. This going to go fuck itself. This is what I'm wanting. This is what I should have made my fucking video about. Let's do it. Let's fucking do Junior. Okay, Schwarzenegger, man. Oh, I know you said screw your freedom, but this is the old you, so sorry. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, there's a baby. Oh, shit. He doesn't know what to do with a baby. He's a fucking muscle man. Oh, shit. Oh, it's pissing all over him. Fuck, get out. Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a ton of babies now. I fucking... Oh, it's a dream. Oh, fucking home. Oh, Danny DeVito. Fucking Danny DeVito. Gotta give it up for Danny DeVito. He knows the third fucking rule. Gonna bring twins back. Oh, fucking shit, man. I'm fucking with it, man. Fucking with it this day. It's just taking its time a bit. Well, it's just building the characters, building the scene. I'm with it. It's smart. You know, this is grown-up storytelling. Just figuring it out. And there's his love interest. I mean, she's a fucking clown, but you know, it can't all be fucking gems. Oh, that was fucking shit. Oh my god. Oh boy. That was fucking shit. How is it so boring? Nothing happens. I guess it just goes to show you. You can't make anything interesting or funny about male pregnancy. Sorry for wasting your time, guys.